cows are not citizens of Nigeria.
So, Mr. President, cows are not citizens of Nigeria, but
you didn't hear what I said. Senator Aliru, are you arguing with me?
No,
I said cows are not citizens. The section you are referring to is talking about citizens of Nigeria.
Yes.
And cows are not citizens of Nigeria. Cows can come in from Niger, they can come in from Chad, anywhere. But cows are not citizens.
Wrong.
So your point of order is noted, but rejected. You want to make contribution on the debate? Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. But I'm against the idea of restricting movement of Nigerians from one state to another.
No, that would not happen.
Right now, citizens of Nigeria are allowed to move from one state to another to establish business without any hindrance whatsoever.
It affects everywhere in Nigeria.
Yes.
Nobody can restrict
pastoralists
movement.
and citizens of Nigeria, they can move to North Central, Northwest, Northeast, South, and establish their business without...
They can do so, but not with AK-47.
Yeah. No. I'm not talking about criminals.
You don't understand. You just noticed something.
It's a private business. Government has no business going into ranching. Even the cattle route, which Senator Karimi mentioned, used to be the practice when we had 19 northern states, it's one state under northern Nigeria. But then that was the time when we had cattle route, beginning from maybe from Sokoto up to Lokoja. But now, the states have been balkanized into 19 states. Northern Nigeria has been balkanized into 19 states. And each state has control of its land. So you cannot really bring the issue of cattle route, for now it is not applicable at all, because it touches on the territorial integrity of some states. Some states will not allow it. So ranching should be seen as a business, and government has no business going into it. And perhaps when we go to the public hearing, this will become very, very clear. So I rest my case, Mr. President.
Thank you.
I have been part of this agitation for a very long time. But I will be surprised that up to now, we don't know some of the impediments towards realizing issues to curb farmers-headers clashes. Apart from the Constitution, like Senator Alero said, the ECOWAS protocol is part of the problem that we have. You can quote the Constitution, but what about the ECOWAS protocol? It allows you to move anywhere with your business. We allow you to move anywhere with your cows. So in getting towards realizing this, you must be very conscious of your laws in the nation, because you are not making a law for your state. You are making a law for the federation. The National Livestock Production Scheme was introduced under the Vice President. Everything was packaged, but some states refused. Some states even refused ranches. So this matter requires good consideration. I agree with the bill, but then we need to be very careful in getting towards even the second debate, so that we have a community of opinions, we have consensus on how to go about it. That will be also, yes, I said it, it has to also go out to the West African neighbors. Otherwise, you will say you don't want them to come in. They will also say they will not want you to go into their own environment. And that is the information I wanted to put, Mr. President, sir.
Thank you.
Representing Kano South Senatorial District, Mr. President from Kano. Mr. President, quite all right, I listened to the mover of this bill attentively. And from my understanding, and from what I believe, and from what is in our hand, between the content of his debate and the bill, there is serious contradiction. And the content of his lead debate, or what he presented to the Senate today, totally is against Nigerian constitution, which we are practicing now. Mr. President, this is a very sensitive and serious matter. It is very sensitive and serious matters. It's beyond most of our thinking. I align myself with your position. You talk as a leader, and what you propose to us, I think, is a solution of this problem. It is a constitutional representation. We are representing people, and based on the constitution of Nigeria, I am totally against this bill, and it will not resolve the current challenges we are facing. It will compound our problem. You cannot in any way make a law for a particular section to protect some part of the country. Mr. President, I repeat it, I align myself with your position, and I am advising the leadership of this Senate. I am advising the leadership of this Senate, based on what you propose to us, based on your ideas, based on your experience. You are part of the and parcel of the leadership of this country for over almost 3 decades. Let the leadership come up with something very comprehensive, which protect the interests of each and every person in Nigeria. But going by this bill, it will compound our crisis in Nigeria. Some people close their eyes on what is going on, or what lead herders to go against farmers. There is so many issues which we need to attend. Mr. President, we used to see where herders and their cattle are pursuing, killing them, destroying their property from some part of the country, which is against the Constitution. We cannot resolve this issue if we are sentimental. We need to be serious. We need to know that we are doing representation. And most of this issue is to do with the Constitution. And if we are altering the Constitution or amending the Constitution, we need the consent of each and every person in Nigeria. I commend your foresight, and I align myself with some of the submission of Senator Steve, too, from North Central. But actually, Mr. President, the lead debate or this bill, in line with what he proposed to us, it is contrary against the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and we are not going to support it. We will fight it to the end, Mr. President. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mr. President, I want to say here that the Constitution is not only made for one person, and that in contributing to debates of this nature, we must put national interest in focus. What we are witnessing here in the second reading of this bill is a fulfillment of one of the procedural requirements of lawmaking. There are other levels. We have the public hearing that will come, that will bring out the details of the law, where everybody will be invited to make contributions. We have not reached that stage. We also have a presidential assent that is required. We have not reached that stage. So I think that having agreed that this bill is very important and germane to our national situation now, I think that even those who are complaining about certain sections of the lead debate concede that they are not opposed to the bill. I therefore want to suggest that we allowed the second reading of this bill to be committed to the relevant committees and for public hearing to be conducted, where all relevant stakeholders will be invited for them to make their contributions. At the end of the day, we'll get a bill that will make a law that will be acceptable to all Nigerians. I so submit, Mr. President.
Let me, Senator Babangida, You have a point of order. But just before then, let me correct myself. When I said that cows are not citizens, I may be right in that regard. But what the Constitution is talking about is movement of persons and properties. And therefore, that is corrected. So cows are properties owned by citizens, and they have a right to be moved from one point to the other. Senator Babangida, please go ahead.
Thank you very much, the Senate President and the Chair of the session. I'm Senator Babangida, who sees Fulani farmer conflict in Journal of Humanitarian and Social Services, Volume 8, Number 1 of 2020, dealing with the issue of Fulani farmer-herder clashes. The dimension to the crisis, Mr. President, has a lot of multifarious issues around it. And I think it is better for us to look at it from those dimensions. If we confine it to just movement cannot be enforced constitutionally because we have so many protocols. I refer to what distinguished Senator Lalong said regarding the ECOWAS protocol for free movement of goods and services within the West African sub-region. Secondly, we have the constitutional freedom for people to move from one place to the other without let or hindrance. Thirdly, and most importantly, the universal human rights has given everybody the right to move around. But the criminality around the pastoral herder conflict is the issue we should isolate and deal with. And I think this same Senate had approved a national conference to discuss extensively on the issue and proffer solutions so that we can move forward to avoid these problems. So I remember Senator Karimi, who was with me, had started consulting and engaging prominent Nigerians who have insight and knowledge on this problem to partake and to contribute to this discussion. So I think let us be open-minded about this. We are Nigerians, and we should not make any law that will affect one part of Nigeria to the detriment of another part of Nigeria. All of us here have a stake in this country, and we must all work together to make peace and to make sure that this issue is brought to the fore. I have no issue with the bill. The bill is well intended, but there are so many dimensions that we have to look at before we can arrive and bring about an acceptable law that will deal with the issue of the criminalities around the Fulani farmer-herder conflicts. I thank you so much for the opportunity, Senate President. Thank you, sir.
So, Senator,
great people, I don't hear them all. Some people still they discuss whether cattle go be citizens of Nigeria. When other part of the world don't graduate, they do other things. Can you imagine? They're still talking about cattle roots. You know, this is same reason or part of the reason why some people doesn't want to be part of this country any longer. Because in the name of one Nigeria, some people are trying to do whatever they like. How can somebody come to your space because we are one nation and the constitution says any member of this nation, any citizen of this nation is free to move about wherever as a citizen. Even ECOWAS has a law that says that. So somebody go carrying cattle, pass through your land, chop your food. And some of the time when you get angry, why did you bring your cattle to my farm? Then go still kill you. If not for one Nigeria, can you try that in Ghana? If not for one Nigeria, for example, that the Southwest is a country of its own, and the South Side is a country of its own, and you, from another country, come into their land, use your cattle, pass through their land, chop their food crops. You think say it is possible? It not dey possible. Meanwhile, with respect to say, Senate they discuss this thing. With respect, and my prayer be say, at the end of the day, make Senate arrive at something good because it get us a day. I dey hear one of the senators, they say, make us not even discuss this thing. Why they no go discuss it? He own constitution say this. As far as constitution say, you are free to move about with your luggages, and for him, that luggages include cattle. But this move about also fit be say you can put your cattle in trucks and move them to where you want to move them. It may not necessarily mean your cattle has to be, enter National Assembly anywhere where you want to enter. Because we are one Nigeria. One day, we saw schools in Asaba the other time. Cattle displaced children in their classroom in the name because of one Nigeria. Because if not for one Nigeria, go carry cattle from north, come Asaba school, pursue children where they go school. If you don't want to go school, some people won't go school. I still respect within Senate they discuss for this. And I suppose say the bill made they allow and make it pass second reading. Concerning this matter, one of the senators, I think from Kano, won't make it pass. Make we just leave things like that. Everybody where they this country know waiting. Farmer headers crashes. Don't cause us. And somebody say, may they not even discuss it. I like the last senator where speak. Okay, or maybe second to the last, the one that looked like from Southwest. The man did well. He say, the other senator from Kano, they're like, oh, look, we not discuss this thing. And the technicalities involved, what is involved. The other one come tell and say, all of those things will go invite people, everybody, before, not be just be way after second reading, they pass the bill. No, the bill will go through processes, various processes, not be just anyhow. Yes, we understand onto this Nigeria level. Say, there are rights where everybody as Nigeria gets, yes. Those things are still in consideration. At the end of the day, it's a matter of sitting at the table. Yeah? Okay, they're already sitting at the table. If you move your cow here, if you destroy land, everybody's interest has to be protected. You go carry your own, join my own. My former pastor, they talk, go carry your own, join my own. We there for 21st century. Those days, yes, like the other senator talk, there is those days of grazing routes. Those days of grazing routes. Now, those times be like saying that when we get regional maps. Today, we don't have states. We don't get states. We get what they call boundary of each state. If you carry your cattle, just pass anyhow. The fit tell you, say, no, it not going to happen again. Those say it still they happen. But they're normal. Everybody gonna call you. Everybody they do business for other places. Then the rent shop pay rent. You too, you feel rent shop pay your own rent. For people who agree sell for you, because say you go buy land for place, not be by force. If you bring your money, they say we no want sell. You go. We from Southeast feed they arrange food for na cattle feed. Una go to buy from us. Una fit still there on our side. We go arrange cattle feed. Una go to buy from us. And when una kill the meat, una go bring this side. We go, or we fit tell that say we want order the live cattle. Tell una how many we want. Una carry and bring them. That movement for this 21st century, that movement of small time, then chop person beans, chop person crop. Because of this same matter, I hear say Nigeria they import corn. I feel so bad. Nigeria see they import corn. With the vast farm where they north, onions safe to buy onions now. Even before Tinubu come, say many of these problems now until as Tinubu arrive. Maybe because of fuel subsidy removal and the rest of them. But before Tinubu come, we don't face problem of onion shortage, corn shortage. Then no day again. Why they no they be say farmers they run away. Some farmers no fit farm again. Fear of headers, because the major problem the farmers headers clash. So Nigeria can't reach level. I hear them. I fear to the import corn. We don't get enough to take care of ourselves. Despite the vast land where they Nigeria, where Nobody, some, they never even, you get some land where they Nigeria, where who never touched before. So this bill has to continue, and they must do justice to that bill. They must treat them properly. Person will say it no go continue, we no agree. It has to continue. And let them invite everybody that they need to invite. People where they, people where sabi this matter well, may they invite them. May them really trash them. Well. Say they no go discuss and not lie. This one of the major problem of insecurity in Nigeria. You hear when the other senator they talk about ECOWAS right, and as a member of ECOWAS state, say movement must not be restricted, and this movement include cattle. So people will carry their cattle from another country enter our country. People where they armed enter, just they do anything. Some they enter during election, Buhari election. Mbano. It cannot continue. It cannot continue. Babas. No. The bill has to be, they need to look into that bill. Somebody will say, they're not going to look into that bill. Waiting the person wants. Shebi you say one Niger, then go look into the bill. If not for one Niger, other regions, they know how to sort this thing out. Many people, they keep quiet now because of in the name of one Niger. If not before one Niger, other regions know how to sort this thing out. You can't try this in Ghana. You hear what Akpabio talk? They mention AK-47. Those days, we remember how then they do cattle thing. Those days, how did they do them? Now, sanda, stick. And there were less problem. The person will carry gun. He gets some ego and they give him inspiration, say, I feel do this thing. Recently, when they begin carry gun, it be like, say, the gun, they tell them, enter this guy farm. If he come out, shoot him. Those days of stick, we know the two hear this kind of thing. Can you imagine the discussion we are having now? Because of the thing don't really destroy this country. Grazing roots. I remember reading that novel called Burning Grass by Cyprian Ekwensi. Moving your cattle, how the story is sweet too, but things don't change now. How many of you read Burning Grass? But things don't change now. Things has to change. They say change is constant. And I hear say some states no agree for this ranching and livestock bill. You get one bill where Buhari been proposed, say about how many meters from your waters are be land, say federal government go seize them. And that time people think say they want seize and carry and give cattle. People can't say no. They want seize and maybe hand over to cattle. They don't do many things. And get what thing they're supposed to remember. This cattle rearing a personal business, no be government business. A personal business. And cattle know they move like, they're not supposed to move like man. If they mess up place, you don't see where cattle pass. Shit everywhere. And they know they care, even for people gates. The cattle go just shit everywhere, then go pass. And onto what you go do? Sometimes now you go come the pack shit of cattle front of your gates. Yes, Nigerians are not to be restricted movement, but not such type of movement. If you put them for truck, move them. Things don't change. This don't bring serious trouble. Then they beg you make them resolve and say you won't throw the bill away. If now onto that level of throwing bill, people could resort to other things to save themselves. Your own go do well. You carry your own, they waka. People where they their own, jeje for their place. You go scatter their own. And they won't discuss, I say no. What do you want? ECOWAS protocol, but you have to look at it properly. Movement of person and goods, very soon they pass your all the ECOWAS presidential house like that now. They go just movement of person and goods, maybe that freely. No restriction, Abby. These things need to be properly understood. Yes, they say constitution say movement. Yes, constitution say that, but that constitution can be. Can you imagine what that senator is saying? They're not supposed to touch constitution and then go oppose her. When they say oppose her, when other people begin oppose her in their own way, like I say for a beginning, not to one Niger level, now in the cause all this thing. If not be one Niger, how you go carry from north come cross my farm? Just like that. It's not possible now. Your cattle self go get gate pass. You'll get number. You'll give them gate pass if you want pass. Then they try to resolve something. Somebody say it's the constitution does not permit such bill. What do you want? What do you want? Okay, make them leave you, make carry your cattle. They scatter people farm. Now what do you want? Yeah? I don't understand some people. I try to reason some people. In conclusion, make I run this thing up. Now one Nigeria be this problem. And I make some people say we no want. Because when they talk about peace, waiting people want na equal right and justice. If we cannot get equal right and justice, make that peace walk. Equal right and justice is better than peace. It's far better than peace. And that's why Wyclef sang it in the song. We don't want no peace. We want equal right and justice. Dialogue. They your own, make I day my own. Which one be peace? One person, you got to hurt one person, you got to say peace. Which kind of peace be that? With respect to, say, Senate, they discuss this thing. With respect to, our prayer be say, the outcome from Senate could they well. And finally, then go resolve this matter. Our prayer. Respect to Senate where they discuss this thing. The bill has to continue. All the people where they need to invite, may they invite. All the technicalities, everything where they involve, may them summon them. And then discuss and may they end this thing. May them settle up. Abi, what do you think? Now here one round up. My name is Nazuka OJ. I beg, share this thing widely. If you never subscribe to our YouTube channel, I beg subscribe. Kelifi ne chekwano. What are you waiting for? What the hell? Anyway, now here we go round up.